This is Brad Pitt's hairstyle from the movie F1. And if you are a fan of Brad Pitt's hair, well, you are going to love this particular hairstyle. But what's even more cool about this is the fact that I am now able to digitally showcase this haircut. So what does that mean? Well, this is a whiteboard. If you have any haircuts you want me to break down, I now have the ability on a whiteboard to actually make these haircuts larger. I can drag them around, and what's even more cool is I'm able to draw on this whiteboard, which I'll do in a few seconds. So let's look at this haircut overall, and I want you to pay close attention to this shape. So this is kind of like a textured light mullet because the hair is longer in the back right here. This is all probably done by hand in this area right in through here, right? This is all pretty much done by hand. This is all done by hand right in through here. And the reason this looks like this is because obviously it's left a little bit longer. So by leaving the haircut a little bit longer down into the bottom, we're able to get those flips, which I think is something that's super cool. Well, we don't know on a ruler. All right, so the fact, and bear with me on this is still somewhat new to me on this whiteboard. But what's really, really cool is particularly in this side area right in through here. Now you're probably all wondering like, well, what is used? Is it clippers? If you were to use a clipper on this area, I would probably say it's like a number 4 or 5 guard, which probably, again, it's something that I think I would probably prefer to do this by hand if I were cutting this, just to make a softer blend. But everybody wants to always know, oh, Salon Guy, how long is this and how long is the hair on top? Well, from the way it looks, I would say this hair right in through, this area right into the top, I would peg this at probably about 1 inch, 2 inches long, if that, right? So I would say it's probably 2 inches long, right in through, this whole entire area, right in through here. And it's also somewhat texturized. And the thing about texturizing is that, in order to have this type of haircut right in through here, texture means that what's happening is the haircut is, a lot of point cutting, a lot of adding some texture and some shape by just going in with scissors and, notching into it like this. Not a whole lot in through here, but it's in through here. So if you're somebody who is always trying to figure out why doesn't my hair have any sort of shape to it, or why does it look so, one length or whatever, you need to have your hair texturized. And that is something where I think if you, again, point cutting, going into it like this, texturizing with thinning shears, this is something that your barber may know how to do. I'm assuming he or she does, but it's something that really adds a lot of separation and texture. Now, when we get to this part, this part right in through here, these little pieces, okay? These little pieces, you're probably saying to yourself, well, I don't know, if I want my hair to stick out, or I'm not sure if this is something that, is gonna be right for me, and I don't know if I like those pieces in through here. And I'm specifically talking about this right here, this whole thing. If your hair sticks up right here, it's simply because it's a little bit longer. I mean, this is something that's not don't be worried about this, or, oh, I hate how this looks. It's simply created by you just going in and making sure that hair is longer here, and just flip it up with your fingers. It's like a raking out motion, like this. It's nothing really complicated. It's just when you're styling your hair, what you need to do is just lift, right? Lift with your fingers, lift with your hands. And then you can utilize a spray, one of my pastes or something like that, and then that's it. Just leave it like that. You have to lift from the root area. And then the rest of this is, as you can see in through here, it's all kind of like laying down flat. So in this situation with his hair, you could see that the hair is kind of, working in a downward motion like this. So all of this hair is traveling downwards like that, which typically is the way that most natural hair flows, right? If you're somebody who has, let's just say, I don't know, like you're always curious as to, oh, why does my hair always like go downwards? Well, it's because this is the direction of how it goes. Even it goes forwards, it goes backwards. Even right here, you can see it's a mix of going forward and then going downwards like that. That's simply because that's just the way the hair grows. So, and especially in through here. Now, mind you, he may have been wearing a helmet in certain scenes, so all of that is going to play an important role in the whole thing. But just try to mess up this hairstyle. This hairstyle is best worked in and shown by simply just messing it up, all right? And I do have a couple of more photos. All right, so here's another image, not like the most high-def image. I got all these on the internet, on Google. Once again, you're seeing how the hair is flowing up this way, right? This is working forwards, this is kind of working down, and then this all just works in its natural state. What's important to understand about this type of haircut, and especially if you're doing this, is everyone's hair grows in a certain way. So if you have a hairstyle and you're noticing like, oh, every time I try to style my hair, the hair just, it just sticks straight up and I look like a porcupine, well, that's totally fine. But if you actually decide to bring the hair a bit more forward and you style it like this, where it's working its way downwards like that, okay? Down and forward and then around. You can see that it's creating some sort of like flow in through here, right? This is all down, this is kind of down, this is forward, and it's all working into a shape like this. So a lot of this is maintained by just utilizing how you style the hair, right? When you're, and the best way to do this is when the hair is 100% dry. When the hair is 100% dry, this is when it honestly works out the best because you're able to style it in place. Now, what I would suggest, honestly, for this, if you were to, let's trim this down a little bit. If you were to utilize any sort of styling products for this, I would definitely suggest one, my talc powder. So talc is something that I believe would be a really good option for this when the hair is fully dry. Second is, let's just say, any one of my pastes or clay. And I have a full range of these types of products, a full range of these things. All right, let's just zoom out slightly a little bit here so you all can see. And there we go. So again, this is something that I'm working on to make this even more perfect for you all. Bear with me on this. This is kind of, not as a new technology, but it's something new I'm introducing to you all, which I think is going to be really awesome just for the simple fact that I have the capabilities of doing this now, and I'm always investing in new things to do. So talc, any one of my pastes or clays, I would stay away from. You don't want to do a pomade because a pomade is designed to make your hair more of a kind of like lived-in wet look. So stay away from a pomade, stay away from a gel. If you saw in his photos, a lot of it, his hair was really kind of a matte finish. So you want to make sure that you're using something with a matte finish. So matte finish. And that is where my powders come in. So lastly, what do you say to your barber? That's the biggest question right here. And I would honestly say just show him a photo. Show him a photo of Brad Pitt's hair. And it's up to the barber or the hairstylist to create that look for you. If they can't, then they should not be doing hair as a profession. It's not a complicated haircut. It's not a skin fade. It's not, it's not a low taper fade. None of that stuff. It's all kind of blended in by hand, like I mentioned, so it's not one of these things. Don't ask for that. Okay, as I mentioned before, this is something to where it's kind of like a, I would say in all honesty, kind of like a textured, textured spike mullet, so almost. Yeah. And then as far as the lengths, I would say it's about 2 inches on top, like the whole top, and then it tapers down to maybe 1/2 an inch on like the sides. And then the back, probably that little back corner, let's just say it's probably 2 inches on the bottom, where that like mullet type of thing is. Okay, so this should be able to help you out, folks. If this is a haircut that you want to get, then it's not super complicated, but let me know if you enjoyed this. If you want me to break down more haircuts like this, because I can upload images, I mean, I'll just throw one here for you. Check this out, right? So let's go. I already have some images right here. So look at this hairstyle, right? Check this out. So I am going to, let's erase all of this in the background. Let's get rid of all this. And I have the ability, and I'm kind of doing a spoiler here, I shouldn't even be showing you this, but I have the ability to showcase all sorts of images and haircuts that I can break down for you all. So let's do another one real quick. So right here, you can see that this is probably a, sorry, I'm still getting used to this right here. This is probably like a square, oh, come on. Sorry, a square layered shape. When it's square, it means that the corners are not cut. All right, so when the corners aren't cut, then what happens is the hair ends up being a bit flatter, like in through this area, in through here. Okay, so let's break this down here. So you see like how this is laying right in through here. It's a lot flatter and closer to the head. So what that means is that it's not like, even though I tend to cut a lot of times straight out from the head like this, well, this is not like that. And the reason where if you don't want a lot of volume in your hair, right, you want your hair to kind of be like a little flatter to the head, then this is where this is held more out this way. Square layering is very boxy, and you can see that those layers are more down in through here. And I think this is something where, once again, this is held out this way, and then it's cut down like this. So it's very square layering. The corner is kept, right? The corner's kept, and all of this is, you can see the layering is more down and through this area and through here. So if you want your hair to lay a bit flatter to your head, then this is where like a square layering technique would work. And that is something, hopefully, that the professional who's cutting your hair, they understand that, they know what that means. You'd be surprised how many don't, unfortunately. But again, it's something that I think is important to understand. Also the length. The length probably comes down right into here. So all this is pulled down right to about here, right? I know you may be confused. When the hair dries, it shrinks up. But this particular haircut, once again, the length probably comes about right there. And then all of the layers in the back, as you can see, right in through here, it's all kind of flowing out in through here. And if you don't want those hair flips, then fine, right? You just blow dry it underneath. But this is, again, something that it all comes down to what you want with your style. If you want to see haircuts like this and breakdowns like this, let me know, because now I'm always advancing. I'm always trying to, change things up and bring new technology to my channel and kind of keep things really, really cool for you all. So let me know if you want me to do more of these haircut breakdowns. I'm happy to do them. What celebrities do you want, or trending haircuts? I can do this with any haircut, to be honest with you. And let me know, because I really enjoyed doing this. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you soon.